Welcome back to The Grind. In this video, we are going to open up a ton of super sigil chests so that we can earn enough sigils in order to get all of the possible draconic chests from this branch. You can claim it a total of 150 times, and you get 4 draconic chests for each 500 sigils that you spend, for a grand total of 600 possible draconic chests. So let's get into it and start spending away on our super sigil chests and see how long it takes us to land the 5,000 sigil drop. So not bad at the start, but not terribly exciting. We have a couple 250 drops there. Going for the bonus drop, we are gonna land another 250. And this is just gonna be a lot of opening of these chests. So why I am doing this is because the draconic chests at the end of the branch are an extremely good value if you are using super sigil chests to claim them with sigils at the end of that festive branch. Now, if you have to still finish the festive branch, then you want to be able to spend at least 100 to 150 rubies on super sigil chests in order to get enough of the sigils to make it worthwhile. And I would maybe even say more like 250,000 rubies on super sigil chests, because you really want to spend at least 100 to 150,000 rubies on super sigil chests just for the draconic chests alone, if that makes sense. So let's say you've already finished the festive branch. Oh, there's a couple 1,000 sigil drops. That's fantastic. If you've already completed the festive branch, then on top of that, you're going to want to spend 100 to 150,000 rubies on super sigil chests to get enough of the draconic chests to really make the festive branch worth it. If you just like the festive dragon and you want the branch to get that dragon, then that's totally fine too. You have to do what makes you happy. But if you're using the festive branch as a means for efficient resources, then the way to make that efficient is to at least spend an additional 100 to 150,000 rubies that go straight into the draconic chests. And that will get you a ton of draconic chests to carry over to next season. I'm not sure why we're taking so long to load here, but the whole goal of this is to get the most efficient value for your rubies that can be then used in next season. So unless you still have things to complete this season, in which case you would rather spend the sigils on the content that you need this season, unless you don't really need that much and you'll get the sigils that you need from the draconic chests, then this is still a reasonable option. Now, as far as the value for next season, spending your rubies on super sigil chests now to buy the draconic chests is going to get you a similar value to gold chests if you purchase the gold chest next season, strictly speaking about sigils. So if your main goal is to get as many sigils as possible in the start of the next season to help you complete discount branches, then doing this is equally as valuable as buying gold chests next season. However, this is going to get you way more timers, way more PvP resources, and way more breeding resources overall. And overall, the total value of the contents of the chest is going to be significantly better than the gold chest. But that's assuming that you're spending an additional 100 to 150,000 rubies on the draconic chest node, because the value of the festive branch itself is fairly small. So if you're spending rubies to complete that branch, then you have to factor that into the equation. All right, sorry about that glitch there. We kind of got an error screen that eventually popped up, so we're just skipping past some of that. So we're gonna continue opening a bunch of these. I wish there was a way to purchase a bunch at once so then we could use the open all feature, but unfortunately there isn't. So that is something that hopefully will come around in the future. But we have not hit the 5,000 drop yet. We have landed a couple thousand drops, which is very nice to see. And this is going to be a lot of just kind of watching chests open, and we'll try to fill the time with interesting talk as well. But I'm interested to hear from you all if you did this for your account, opening a bunch of super sigil chests in order to get the draconic chests. Now, I do have several videos on my channel going into more detail about the breakdown. If you want to search those up, you can totally do that to get a bit more of a full review of why they're beneficial. But I'm did try my best to explain the important parts of it as much as possible. So to kind of give a different situation or scenario, if you're a lower level player that struggles to complete branches, then this is probably not going to be a super valuable thing for you, because like I said, most of the value is after you complete the festive branch, and you have to spend a significant amount of rubies after completing the festive branch to make the whole festive branch worth it, because that cost has to be averaged in. So if you can only spend another 50,000 rubies once you complete the festive branch, then you're wasting your efforts on the festive branch, because the value is spending a lot on the draconic chest at the end of the festive branch. So if you can't really invest a significant amount into the branch and beyond it, then it's better for you to save your sigils and just spend them on gold chests at the start of the next season. Or if you're really that like behind in the game, or at the start of the game still at lower levels, then it might be better for you to open up super sigil chests to help you complete one of the branches that you've been working on, to get you the next evolution stone of a dragon, or to finish off a rider, because riders are so impactful in this game. So there's a lot of different things you could focus on that are going to be as useful, that will probably be more useful than simply unlocking the festive branch, but then not really being able to invest in the draconic chests, which is really the main value of the branch itself. So I hope it's kind of clear that this is really only useful if you've got a lot of sigils or a lot of rubies to invest into super sigil chests in order to really get a bunch of those repeatable draconic chests, because that's where the value really comes into play. If you're gonna get less than 100 or less than 150 draconic chests out of your investment, then I would say it's really not worth it. I think you barely break even on the investment if you get 100 to 150 draconic chests. So if that interests you and you really want to do it, you're going to get a lot of good resources out of it. But again, the value really comes once you break over that 150 draconic chest threshold, once you factor in the fact that you had to spend, 15 to 18,000 sigils on the branch itself. So that's why it's kind of a bit challenging. We're getting a lot of these 1,000 sigil drops, but not any of the 5K yet. So but yeah, so that's why it's kind of difficult and challenging. It's not a definitive, this is what you need to do, because there is a point where the cost and benefit ratio kind of crosses over into favoring the player for making that choice. So it's not a simple yes or no for everyone. That's why it kind of gets tricky for a blanket statement, but I hope that it was kind of clear to help you decide if it's going to be beneficial for you. But let me know what your thoughts are on that. Maybe you have a different opinion. Maybe you have a specific need in your account that makes you push for this, even if you're not going to be able to maximize the draconic chests. But this is a fantastic way to prepare for the following season, because you cannot carry sigils over to the next season. But if you have extra sigils that you can get these draconic chests with, or if you have extra rubies that you can invest into super sigil chests to then invest into draconic chests, you can actually carry over those draconic chests into the new season. And in doing that, you will therefore be essentially carrying over sigils, if that makes sense, because those draconic chests that you're carrying over, when you open them, are going to get you sigils, and those sigils are going to be in an equal amount compared to simply just purchasing gold chests. So that's where the benefit really comes in. Now, we have opened up a bunch of these so far, and we still have not hit that 5K drop, unless I just missed it and glossed over it. After a few more of these, we'll go and check how many sigils we have. We started off opening these with, I think, just a couple hundred. So let's go over and see where we're at, and hopefully we didn't go overboard. I don't think we did, because usually we'll hit one of the 5K drops before we do that. We got, wow, 70,000. I wonder if I missed one of the 5K drops in that sequence, or yeah, I'm not sure. But here we go, 70,000 rapid fire into these draconic chests. Hopefully I didn't go overboard. I don't think I did. I think we can invest like 80 to 90,000 sigils into these draconic chests. But I guess we'll find out very shortly. Too bad there's not a mass purchase option for this as well, because you got to tap it 150 times in order to complete it. We're getting pretty darn close. Whoa, look at that. We were almost there, 8,000 away. And you know what? I'm going to get enough sigils from next event in order to complete that. So unfortunately, I don't know, maybe we'll have to watch this back and see if I did just kind of not notice the 5,000 sigil drop. But maybe it's not even in currently. Maybe, oh, there it is. It sure is in there. So, well, let me know if you noticed a 5K drop that I just completely missed, but we'll see. I might continue going a little bit further if I didn't get that drop, because then I'll maximize the value for these, but I don't really have a whole lot left that I need to spend sigils on this season, unless I want to get the Cosmic or Rarity branch for some extra platinum chests, which I just might do. So anyways, I hope this was at least interesting to watch me open a massive amount of super sigil chests and collect a bunch of those draconic chests. We now have 626 for next season. We're saving up a bunch of platinum chests so that we can do a massive opening there as well. 308 that we've got so far, and we've got a bunch of gold chests we're going to open at one point as well. We're hopefully going to get to 3,000 before we do it, maybe even more than that. And I'm probably going to be opening silver chests soon, maybe go for a mythic ammo rune because they are very rare. We've froze up the game again, but once again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you get lucky with your pulls. Good luck, and I hope to see you in the next video.